Time to speak to the opposition. I'm joined now, as you can see, by the Shadow Home Secretary, Chris Philp. A very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Is this a blow for the UK today?
Yeah, I think it is. Tariffs are not good for anybody. You know, free trade helps economies around the world. It means consumers, you, me, your listeners, get cheaper goods, but it also means we can export more easily. And, for example, you know, we export more cars to the US than they export to us. So this is bad news, I think, for the economy and for jobs. And the government have been very slow to get off the mark with trying to negotiate a tariff-free free trade agreement with the USA. They should have started that last November when Trump was elected, but they didn't do that. They were much, much slower. They need to get on with it now because free trade, low tariffs are good for our economy.
I don't want to make it 3 days in a row of arguing with a Conservative about how quickly these trade deals are announced. So I'll gloss, no, I'll gloss over that for the sake of our viewers. But in terms of what should happen next, do you agree with the government still that retaliation with a reciprocal tariff is foolhardy? It's not the right approach?
Well, I certainly don't think it should be the first approach. The first priority should be just getting on with that negotiation to establish a tariff-free free trade agreement with the USA. That should be the overriding priority of the government. But they should also be concentrating a lot harder on making our own domestic economy stronger. Unfortunately, this week, the biggest package of tax rises for a generation is being imposed on our economy. National insurance increases amounting to £800 for every worker, massive business rates increases for small business. I'm going to visit a garage in Purley in my constituency later today, whose business rate bill is tripling this week. I spoke to a businessman from Essex last night whose automotive component business is having to lay people off because of Starmer's tax rises, which he lied about during the election campaign. He said there'd be no tax rises, and he's hit us with the biggest package of tax rises in a generation, which is destroying jobs and has caused economic growth forecasts this year to halve. So I'm afraid to say that we as an economy, the UK economy, has been weakened by Starmer's choices, and it puts us in a bad position now we've got these tariffs.